All right, so what we're going to start talking about now is we start to get into your swing. Now I'm assuming at this point you've been on the putting green, so you've gotten a feel for how your right arm pressures the shaft through the ball. You've got that. You've got the ball rolling. You've done a little chipping where you're doing the same thing with your right arm, so you're feeling that. Then you've gone back to pitching with just one arm. So now we're hitting little pitch shots where you're just hitting one arm and you're starting to feel how to hit little pitch shots. And then you put two hands on, and now we're talking about how your body starts to pivot. And that's when we start working on, okay, so the club's coming in the ball. As it goes through the ball, this left leg pushes this hip farther away than we started. So you're matching the club through the ball with this push away. And that's what starts straightening your arms, and that's what starts maintaining your arc. So I'm assuming that you've already warmed those things up, because those are base calibrations. I do those every day. Now I may not go to the putting green, but I'll hit 2 or 3 shots, and so I make sure I've got those. Now, once I have those set up, now here's what I'm going to do. So now we're going to take 3 balls. And I might do this, obviously, with more than 3 balls. I'll set up to the first one, and what am I going to do? I'm going to make a swing, and I'm going to make the ball curve to the left. So the ball curves to the left. I'm going to make this one curve to the right. I'm going to make this one go straight. Okay, now, each one of these skills we talk about, I'm putting them together in an overall practice routine. The reality is, there's days when I've spent an entire day doing nothing but working on controlling the face and hitting curves and trajectories. An entire day, a week. You know, but this is really important. I'm taking you through a process here. You do this process, you're going to be very consistent with what shows up every day. You don't, and you randomly do it. Some days number 2's not working and you didn't even work on it and you go to 4. Well, that assumes 2 was working. Okay, so what's the next step? All right, so now we got path. So now I'm going to tee this ball up. Now, this is where this line comes into play. Now, a golf swing basically goes back. There's a transition point, your arm's shallow and the club comes down. So it doesn't go back and down on the same arc. It actually goes back, it shifts, comes slightly from the inside, hits the ball and goes around. So what I'm going to do here first, we've got these sticks set up there. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up parallel. I'm going to make a swing, and I'm going to make this route way too much from the inside so the ball goes to the right of that stick. So that was a big route to the inside. It went back straight, but it came in here. And then I'm going to say, well, okay, I got that one. Let's try to get it between the next one. So I'm not going to come as much from the inside. Now, why do I do this? Most of you need this because 90% of people, there are some that come too much from the inside, but most people back and over the top. So here's the biggest task we have with players. Now there are some that get too much this way, and if you're too much this way, then what you do is you go just the opposite way. You make the ball go that way and you work it back towards center. So this is exaggeration. So if you're too much from the inside, then you take the club back and make the ball start, you come over the top intentionally, and then you go less over the top and less. So there are tour players that you see making swings where they go like this and they're practicing that move. Why do they practice that? Because they get too much this way. So it depends on what your issue is. For me personally, I hate getting top heavy and getting a little steep. I don't like that. So every day when I start out, I make that one and then I do a little less. So now I'm going to go through the next gate. So that went inside the next one. So I'm going to go less and less from the inside. This is going to be a little less. So I take the same backswing, but I'm going to change directions a little different. So the ball goes less to the right. And as soon as I get a feel for the path and the change of directions, that gets my arms and the club on the right arc to start it on the line I want to start it on, now I have a feel for my path. Now what I do is then I combine path and face. So what kind of shot do I want to hit? Well, let's say I want to hit a draw. So what I'm going to do is I got to start it between the round reflector and the triangle one. So then I'm going to set up, I'm going to start it between those two, but relative to my path, I'm going to turn the face over a little bit. So what happens? The ball starts right between there, draws back into the target. Now I have my feel for path and face to hit the shots I want to hit. This is what good players are doing all the time. Now they do it at very small increments. I mean, they're so good at their start lines, they're moving it a few degrees, and then they're working the face a couple of degrees. For most of you, you need to start with big exaggerations. So you need to feel big turns, big hook, big fade, a lot from the inside, and then you gradually work it back towards where you want to be. Now that's the next step, is to get control of path and face so we can start making the ball start on the line we want it to start on and curve the way we want it to curve.
If you're serious about playing golf and not just chasing gimmicks, I've got something for you. It's called 21 Days to Your Best Golf Swing. But in 21 days, you can learn what you need to know to have your best golf swing ever. It's based off the same system and skill development that I've learned over teaching almost 500,000 people in my entire life in this game. This is for every level. I don't care if you're a beginner, an intermediate, a college player, a mini tour player, even a tour player. This program is worth well over $500, but we're going to offer it to you for only $21. That's $1 a day. 21 structured video lessons. One builds on the other one, builds on the other one, which is the key to developing your swing. There'll be 3 bonus bunker videos, which are going to help you with that part of your game. You're also going to have a downloadable progress tracking workbook so you can keep track of where you are with each thing, what you're struggling with or what you're doing really well with. And once you go through the 21 days, you complete it, you're going to get a 50% off offer for the elite program with Malaska Golf. You really can't beat this. At the end of that 21 days, you can take your time and decide, do I want to join? Do I want to join? If you don't want to go to Malaska Golf, keep the 21 days off and run and have a great time with your game. If you see that this is something that really helps you, which I know it will, now you join the elite program and you have access to all 1,500 videos and all of the different things that Malaska Golf can help you with. So join me, Mike Malaska, for 21 days to your best golf swing.
You talked a little bit about how do I hit a draw? Okay, well, there's a couple of ways to hit a draw. You can set the face closed and make a swing, your normal swing. That makes the ball draw. I can put the ball back in my stance, which makes my swing path come a little more from the inside, which can make it draw. Or I can just make a swing and use my hands to make the face work. Now, we've talked about that before, but here's the critical thing. You need to find on the range what's the easiest. Then you need to go out on the golf course with pressure on you and try all of those 3 and find out if you have to hit a draw, if it's not your normal shot, are you better off setting the face, moving the ball back and changing the path, or are you better off feeling like you use your hands, like you're putting top spin on a tennis ball or a ping pong ball? There isn't a right or wrong way here. Like I say, there are a number of ways to make the ball draw and or fade and go high and go low. So once you try all of those, then you need to go out on the range, see what works, then go on the course and try to pull it off. Because the course is really the test of where you are or where you aren't. It's all about playing golf. And we're going to do a lot more on playing golf because it can work on the range. If it doesn't work on the course, we haven't helped you at all. Because the game is about shooting a score and playing the game. It's not about how good your swing looks. So again, go through those 3 different ways, figure out which one fits you the best on the range, try them on the golf course, see what works under pressure. It might be a total different one. The one that works on the range might not work as one of the others on the golf course. The golf course is where it counts. That's the one you use. Hi, I'm Mike Malaska with MalaskaGolf.com. How you process and set up a shot. So I'm back here, I see the shot I want to hit, I make a swing to get a feel for it, I walk up, set the club behind the ball. Now I'm going to duplicate the motion. I'm not having a conversation with myself. So I duplicate the motion, watch it. If I liked it, I play it again. If I don't, I fix, go on to the next shot. Go to MalaskaGolf.com. We can help you with your mental game also.